try and get 2 months free.
Thanks to Scott's Cheap Flights, I'm taking my whole family to Hawaii.
We've always dreamed of exploring Asia.
We just didn't think that we could afford it.
We joined Scott's Cheap Flights and got a great deal to Japan dropped in our inbox.
The flights were so cheap, guess who's going shopping in Paris? My teenagers now officially think I'm the coolest mom ever.
And eat a lot of sushi.
All of the sushi. $176 round trip. $202 round trip. $297 round trip. Thanks, Scott's Cheap Flights.
Willie sticks on.
Want more stats? Just ask Siri. Who leads the league in rushing touchdowns?
The answer is, why didn't Rich draft Jonathan Taylor? That was the question. That's the answer. Yeah, he wasn't on my team. Good morning, football. NFL Now, NFL Total Access. That's the way the first Monday in the aftermath, if you will, of today's action. 7-hour NFL Now, by the way. 7 hours.
7?
Yep. Okay, what do we got right here? Why does Kurt Warner look like he's preparing for a role in Santa Claus in the upcoming film?
Kurt, right.
Kurt replied, because I'm growing old gracefully. You want me to pretend I don't have gray hair like someone that sits to my left?
Here, man. I'm just saying. Why I gotta get thrown under that bus? Hey, get them tracks off my back.
Because we're all in this together. Oh, my God. Oh, my word. The shade, I can't see. It's all the way over there. That's some serious shade. All right, time for some hurry-up offense. 60 seconds now on the clock right here. Mooch, you're up first. Mooch, will the Chargers beat the Raiders by 3 in Vegas like they did last year?
No.
Okay. Kurt, you had 4 wins against Mooch's Niners by at least 5. Will the Rams beat the Niners by at least as many today?
No, they won't.
Michael, the Bills have won a league best 7 games by at least 17 points. Will they beat the Jets by at least as many today?
No.
Mooch, the Patriots have averaged 24 per game in Miami since 2013. What about today?
Just a titch higher.
Kurt, the Falcons have lost 4 of their last 5 when they combined for at least 40 points with their opponent. What about today?
No, they won't.
Okay. Michael, the Titans and their opponents have combined for fewer than 43 and 4 straight. What about today in Houston?
They will have more.
Mooch, Jonathan Taylor has had at least 114 rushing yards in 3 straight on the road. What about today?
Oh, yeah, he'll get that.
Kurt, Big Ben has had at least 233 passing yards 16 times against the Ravens. What about today?
I'm going to say, yeah, just a titch more.
Michael, Cooper Kupp has averaged 118 receiving yards per game since week 13. What about today?
You can bet a 5:30 breakfast on it. Yes, he will.
Okay. What about a 6 o'clock breakfast?
I think they have 5:30 breakfast every morning.
Coming up in hour 2 of Game Day Morning, the Cowboys put up 51 last night. Dak threw for 5. Does it matter? They did it against the backups. Will that carry into the postseason?
Nothing to do with anything.
I don't know if you heard about what Antonio Brown did last week. Yeah. So what about filling his shoes and shirt and everything else?
What else ran off the field?
Or up the elevator. And today in Baltimore could very well be Big Ben's last NFL game. We'll look back at his career and go players only on what it's like knowing your career is coming to a close.
At Lowe's, with endless ways to organize what you need, you'll find some of the peace of mind you want at prices you really want. Start the year fresh at Lowe's. Shop Lowe's Store and Save event now, in-store and online.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those turkey receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
At Chipotle, this is our best chorizo ever. Charred and grilled with a rich, smoky flavor. It just happens to be made from plants. Everything you love about Chipotle, but 100% plant-based.
With Farmers Auto multi-policy discount, the more policies you have with us, the more you could save on your auto insurance.
Hey, hon.
Hi, honey.
Like what?
Well, you'd get a discount for insuring your jet skis and boat, RV, life, home, and more. You could save up to 45%.
That's a whole lot of discounts.
Well, we offer coverage for a whole lot of things, and you could save a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks.
What's up, Dad?
17-car garage you got there?
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
When I break a long run, I'm talking long. That's why I use Old Spice Triple Protection Sweat Defense. There he goes. Old Spice works harder for longer. Hey, Derek, man, you gonna be much longer. This is gonna be a minute. Derek, quick one. Derek.
Have you ever seen a stock that went through the roof and thought, if only I knew about it? Well, get in the know and join the Motley Fool, where everyday investors just like you get stock picks from a team of market-beating stock pickers. Their average return is over 600%, more than 4 times the return of the S&P 500. Get stock picks every month at the special new member price of just $79 for your first year. Don't look back and say, I wish I knew about that one. Join at fool.com/79.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
Welcome to NFL Game Day Live.
During all of Sunday's action.
Oh my goodness!
Don't miss a moment from around the league with highlights from every in-progress game.
He is gone.
NFL Game Day Live, today at 1, only on NFL Network.
Wake up. We got breaking news here, folks.
This is an opportunity you've been waiting your whole life for. I cannot wait to see this one.
Make every morning a good morning.
We are so excited.
Yeah, boom. Good Morning Football, only on NFL Network.
Let's be men today. Let's take care of business. Y'all know what we're playing for today. 1, 2, 3, something.
Down he goes, TJ Watt. Nay makes the catch, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Touchdown, Chargers. TJ Watt, 21 and a half sacks in 14 games. 14 games coming into Baltimore today. And if last week was, as he said, likely his final home start as a Steeler, this is likely the last time he comes to work as a starting quarterback on a Sunday, unless, of course, the Steelers make the playoffs. Hour number 2 of NFL Game Day morning on this highly intriguing final Sunday of the regular season. Presented by Lowe's. Join the home team. Rich Eisen, Steve Mariucci, Kurt Warner, and Michael Irvin at the end of the set. Last night, the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles wrapped up a Saturday doubleheader. Dak Prescott had 5 touchdown passes on the night, and we're showing you them all. Hey, Gardner Minshew and the Eagles scored first. But then Dak scored first in his first possession. Cedric Wilson touchdown. Cedric caught another one with the game tied at 10 midway through the second quarter.
I like that Dak went to Cedric Wilson. Let him know we're going to need him in this playoffs. Make sure he's feeling good about himself.
Is that why he went to Dalton Schultz here?
Yeah. We need.
All right, a little pick play. All right, maybe right before the end of the half, try and blow this thing open. He should give Dalton Schultz a little more of an attaboy.
Shoot it. Look at that right there. That was a perfect throw.
You concerned Zerline keeps missing kicks, sir?
I am concerned. Zerline keeps missing kicks again. But the play right before that throw that Dak made was a perfect throw that the tight end dropped.
Former Eagle, Corey Clement, right there in the end zone. Yeah. 5 touchdown passes. Dak played 16 games this year.
Oh, get your form.
So you want to... There's all these conversations about whether records mean anything because it's an extra game. I don't know if that was Chris Christie's talking about right there, but 51-26 is the final score. Rams win there, the 2 seed. They lose. The Buccaneers have a chance at the 2 seed. The Cowboys have a chance at the 2 seed if the Rams, Bucks, and Cardinals all lose. Because if the Cardinals win and win the division, as we all know, they would cash in that tiebreak against the Cowboys after beating them in Dallas a couple of weeks ago, which, by the way, if Dallas is the 4 seed and the Rams win across the street, that would be your wild card weekend rematch. It would be Arizona at Dallas. So, how far can Dak Prescott take the Cowboys? Michael Irvin, do you think?
Yeah, it's funny we ask this question after he comes away with a 21 for 27, 295-yard game, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Well, you should do that against the backups of the Eagles.
But this is the game. This is the game. that Dak needs to have. This kind of game. It's not 300, 400, 500-yard game. It's this kind of a game. It's an efficient game. He was very sharp in the red zone. That's where the Cowboys had problems some this year in the red zone. And usually you have problems in the red zone because your running game is not great. But the running game did pretty well. You saw Zeke break off some nice runs. Absolutely. This Dak Prescott right here is the Dak Prescott that the Dallas Cowboys need going into the playoffs, just like he played yesterday.
The answer is, how far? Cross the street?
Oh, this can take him across the street. Yes, absolutely. This is the perfect game. This is the perfect game. It's not throwing for 400 yards. It's playing efficient football and making the right decisions.
I'm going to agree with that. That if we get this Dak Prescott for the entirety of the playoffs, I do believe Dallas can be in that building across the street. The question is, we haven't seen it consistently, and so you always lean back to guys like Aaron Rodgers, who they do that every single week. Dak has not done this every week, but that is what we believe this offense can be. They can run the football. They got all kinds of weapons. When Dak is aggressive and makes those big throws, they are a tough team to beat, and we've seen that numerous times, and I know we can talk about the backups, but to me, this wasn't even about the backups. I watched him play against the Cardinals a week ago, and it was check down Dak, and he was not pushing the ball down the field. Last night, he came out with a different mentality and said, we are going to attack the whole game, entirety until I get out of this game. I'm going to throw the ball down the field. I do believe that Dak with this team has a chance to be in that building.
That's why I like working with you, Kurt. You know what I mean? You don't just fall into all the Cowboy hate out there, Kurt. That's between me and you. I don't want to disturb the show with it. Go ahead.
What about the fact that the gauntlet would be this. The gauntlet would be this. We're beginning to see what the gauntlet could be. Exactly, yeah. The gauntlet's again, this is all most likely. Home game against the runner-up in the NFC West, Arizona. Okay, right, you beat them. Right, or Rams. Then a visit to Green Bay with a win. And then that's potentially Tom Brady in Tom's house. Again, just like the season started.
Yeah, that's a tough road.
Without
road, you know,
what we're about to talk about.
I think we're all impressed with Dak's performance, you know, especially in the passing game with the 5 touchdowns. And we do keep in mind that the Eagles didn't play 19 starters, but it's going to be about more than just Dak. Okay, let's face it. And then they were without Tony Pollard and Tyron Smith and, a couple guys. And on defense. This defense is going to have to be better, but they were without Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs, right?
All the guys.
So they're not whole exactly yet, but they're going to have to win some huge games. It's going to be tough to go to Green Bay. They're going to have to be perfect. They're going to have to play their best game. Or if they get a team somehow like San Francisco, if they get in, that runs the ball.
No.
Because last night they gave up a lot of rushing yards early in that half against the backups. So, you know, it won't be easy, but I think they can go all the way if they play like they're capable of playing.
Certainly, Micah Parsons wasn't playing last night. We see how he will look like when he returns from the COVID list, we assume, in time for that wild card game. The Chiefs and the Broncos, Tyreek Hill, you know, he was jumping all over the place in warm-ups. You saw that, but then his heel starts acting up.
Dude, you see that jump? Oh, how explosive. When he jumped up, did you
I saw that, I know.
Oh, my God. I was like, oh, that was impressive.
Well, hopefully he could be that explosive next week, unless they get the week off, because they're still in line for the 1 seed, thanks to this play. Melvin Ingram, who, as we know, was an acquisition from Pittsburgh, with his best play as a Chief, period, bar none.
Melvin
blows up Melvin Gordon, coughs the ball loose. Return for the score from Nick Bolton, and that's the way the Chiefs get the score they needed to knock off the Broncos, who came in and really gave them a game. So now it's up to the Titans to make that 1 seed happen. They've got to go into Houston, where the Chargers lost 2 weeks ago. Houston, which gave the Niners a nice run for their money last week. We'll see what happens in that division battle, and that's the way the 1 seed will be played out in the AFC. We just mentioned about the possible road to the playoffs for the Super Bowl for Dallas. Well, for the Bucs to make sure they have the best possible seeding, they got to win today against Carolina, and that's where we find Sarah Walsh, the home of last year's Super Bowl and Super Bowl winners.
I love this time of the year.
Rich, last year at this time, Tom Brady was still learning the tendencies of his relatively new teammates. 1 year later, he's now learning to live without them. Brady said this week, you would love to say, hey, let's just do it like we did last year, but that's not the case. Now, even before Antonio Brown's shirtless exit a week ago, injuries were piling up on this team, and they weren't just limited to offense. Over on the defensive side of the ball, the Bucs have been playing without their leader, Levante David. He's on IR. The secondary has been banged up all season long, and now their lone defensive Pro Bowler, Shaq Barrett, is on the COVID list. He will not play today. Sam Darnold saw this team just 2 weeks ago, and he said even the Bucs backups, when they were in, they looked pretty good. We're still going to have our hands full, Rich.
All right, thanks very much. So, I don't know if you're aware. Like, look, even if you had your only information diet online being the Daily Mail, you know what happened to Antonio Brown and with him this past week. He's not on the team anymore. We know Chris Godwin's out for the season. Playoff Lenny's out. Ronald Jones is out. Levante David's out. This is just this week. We don't know how quickly anybody is going to be coming back. Do they have the horses, do you think?
Well, you know, I was worried about him, and we talked about it last week. Like, what would these guys, what would these, backup receivers look like? Sarah was just talking about it. They actually played pretty well. I saw some things that excite me. Okay, we got Tyler Johnson down here, number 3 wide receiver for them on the season. And again, this is going to turn out to be a sack by Tom Brady, but not because Tyler Johnson, look at this. We got pressure off the side. I'm your hot guy, Tom. Throw it to me. Trust me to make the right decision. Right. Get the ball out of your hands. We'd be in good shape right there, okay? Rashad Perryman hasn't made a lot of catches for him, but he's got the ability to make some big plays for him. Here we get man-to-man coverage. He's still got that speed. Tom, put it out there to him. You see a big play here by Perryman last week as Antonio Brown leaves the field. And then Cyril Grayson has actually been their leading receiver the last 2 years. Great play right here. Tom shrugged his shoulders, get the corner to jump. Now I got to beat the safety with the throw. Great throw by Tom Brady, but you need guys to step up and make big plays in big moments. Boom, exactly what Grayson did there to get that touchdown. So you got Mike Evans. You still got Gronk, okay? Hopefully you get one of those running backs back. And you got some guys that are making some plays on the outside. I do believe they have enough to be able to make a run as long as they've got those other pieces.
I'll start by saying, I first said that we watched the chance at repeating and getting that Super Bowl. We watched that Super Bowl ring do jumping jacks, jog, and wave right off the field when Antonio Brown went off the field. After missing Godwin played such an important role on this football team. Now you're missing him, and then Antonio Brown leaves. I thought that Antonio Brown can give you the explosion outside to make up for what you did and what you used and how you used Godwin on the inside. But now with Godwin gone and Antonio Brown gone, it's great that you bring up those guys. Perriman right now, 6 for 123. That's how many yards, that's how many reception yards he had. Tyler Johnson, 31 for 388, and Craig, 10 for 212. We watched Tom Brady pull guys up and lead them to a Super Bowl. He left Tampa so he doesn't have to do this again. He left New England so he doesn't have to do this again, excuse me. And he's right back in Tampa, and he has to do what he left New England for in Tampa. Can he do it? I just don't know. I don't know if you can put Perriman, Johnson, and Creighton up to that level. I believe that ring ran off the field with Antonio Brown.
Oh, hold on a second. How about this? How about this? Hold on a second. First of all, I mean, you're just learning, in case anybody needs to learn anymore, just how lack of dependability you can have in Antonio Brown.
Yeah, but I understand that.
Found out between now and then, and I understand you saw stuff on his Instagram account with his own receipts. Look, last year, Scotty Miller's the guy who went up top in Green Bay that really shocked everybody.
And then Tony Brown was the guy to score touchdowns in the Super Bowl.
Gronk's a much better version of himself this year than he was last year. Mike Evans is still there, right? I mean, he's going to get a lot of the attention, one would think, in the playoffs. I'm concerned about the run game, right? Like, that's the issue, well, is how will the run game support all this?
We got to remember now, first of all, every team's got some injuries in Week 18, and going forward. Every team's got injuries. We're talking about 2 major injuries, right? Or AB's gone, and then Godwin. But for the most part, they're relatively healthy. Now, these running backs, they'll come back for the playoffs. I hope. Levante David will come back for the playoffs. But you mentioned that Tom will make people better. Cyril Grayson, the kid that scored the touchdown against the Jets, He never even played college football. At LSU, he was a track guy. And he's 6 different teams, practice squads, and all of a sudden, 81 yards and 6 catches, and then 81 yards last week. Tom will make these other players, Tyler Johnson and all these guys, better, and they have enough talent on that team to make another run.
And just real quick, I know we got to go, but let's not forget about their defense. Their defense is, as much as anything, what carried them through the playoffs last year. They've still got those horses on defense, so does Tom have enough around him? We're looking at all offense. That defense needs to step up and play like they did in the playoffs last year, and that's what's going to be the big boost for them.
Well, we will see if you're proven correct when it's all said and done, Michael.
Jeremy, Johnson, and Grayson. Okay.
Tonight on Sunday Night Football, Chargers win, they are in. If the Raiders win, or earlier in the day, Indianapolis and Pittsburgh lose, then it's jackpot, baby, as Brent Musburger would say, for the Las Vegas Raiders. Taylor Bisciotti's already stationed at Allegiant.
Rich, the Chargers remember how loud it was at SoFi Week 4. They know it's going to be even louder tonight. I spoke to Chargers rookie left tackle Rashawn Slater, and he said they've been practicing on silent count all week to prepare for the NFL's #1 defense when it comes to putting pressure on the quarterback. Slater acknowledged that noise was a factor in LA in Week 4. He said that they are going to be prepared and have to find a way to stop it tonight because Herbert was sacked 2 times last week. Derek Carr pointed out that even if the Raiders make it to the postseason, they likely won't host a playoff game, so this is their playoff game. On the secondary market last night, I looked to see what the ticket prices were, and for those seats right there, the nosebleeds, they started at $300. Derek Carr said this week he wants it loud. Las Vegas, we need you. For more on this game, here's Michael Irvin.
It is time now for my guy and I to sit down and talk about those important guys in a football field. Nate, we're close to the same suit. Nate, that's okay.
Did not get the memo. Did not get the memo. Nate, this looks great. That looks great.
Listen, been a 2-for-1 deal here.
I love this dude, man. I love this dude.
Looking like an ice cold drink of Kool-Aid.
Nate, I love you, man. You're the
People
best,
at home
man.
saying I want that purple stuff.
And that's that royalty. You know, that's what it stands for in the Bible, royalty. So we're doing some royalty stuff. And Nate, speaking of royalty, more dangerous team in the postseason, Chargers or Raiders?
I'm going to go with the Raiders, and not for reasons you may want me to speak about. I don't want to break down the X's and O's, and maybe you can talk about this a little bit further, Irv. I feel like if they make it into the playoffs, they have to feel like it's meant to be. They have been through a lot this year. I mean, talking about their coach, and then we know the unfortunate incident with their wide receiver. Oftentimes, when you have a season where you overcome so many obstacles, and then you make it to the end of the road and realize we're in the playoffs, this could be meant to be, they might be motivated differently.
Yeah, and you know, I agree with you. We can always talk about that distance traveled, and that's some distance that they have traveled. And this game comes down to skill and will. And when you come through all of that, you start saying, man, we're destined. But I'm still going to take the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers because of that young quarterback and his ceiling and those receivers he has, the diversity of them, you know, with Keenan Allen over 100 receptions and over 1,000 yards, and Mike Williams averaging 15 yards per. So I'm going to go Chargers in that situation right there, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that. All right, Irv, so I want to ask you, which wide receiver is going to need to step it up in the playoffs? Who do you got?
And when I say step it up, it's usually a negative term, and you're asking somebody to do something better. I'm calling on Julio Jones to step up, not in a negative way, because I know he's been hurt as he's tried to grow into and learn his new team. He's only averaged over the 9 games he's played 3 for 42 per game. This is the same beast that we've watched go for 12 and 300 yards, go over 250 yards 3 times in his career. If he can just get back in the 100 range, he don't even have to get back to 200 and 300, but if he can get back in that 100 range, look out for Tennessee.
Yeah, anywhere between 90 and 110 yards would do that offense right if Julio can step up. For me, it's Van Jefferson, wide receiver for the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, listen, this isn't a guy that hasn't stepped up. He's been big time. Ever since Robert Woods went down, he has elevated his role. I know this offense revolves around Cooper Kupp, and we know what OBJ brings to the table, but if Van Jefferson can be that third wide receiver to take advantage against those nickelbacks and secondary wide DBs, he'll be an absolute monster and help this team do what they need to do.
Nate, man, let me just tell you, man. Tell your dude, whoever picks out your clothes, man, that he's right on point, man. I'm telling you, he's right on point. He's doing a great job, my brother.
We just giving the people what they want. You know what I mean?
Just
giving the people what they want,
man. Just fabulous, man. I could just stare at you like this all day.
I'm sorry to break up this purple rain. I'm sorry, guys. But we got to go to break. And Nate's got another segment. What's it like to play in a game you know is your last? I'm sorry. You're princes of the guys, but come on.
Hey, that was just a stare to the...
The next generation compounds in Bridgestone tires give them responsive handling at high speeds. We could show you the data on that, or you could just feel the data. What really matters is they're Bridgestone.
This buy one, get one half off, it's offensive. No regard for folks who don't have someone, those who strong-arm their way to the top, only to find they got no one to share the view with. Thank you, Stephen.
Jimmy John's, buy one, get one half off.
Welcome to the next level. This is the all-new Lexus NX with intuitive tech.
Watch for traffic.
And our most advanced safety system ever.
The magic is calling you to a celebration 50 years in the making. Feel the magic everywhere. Share the wonder of new unbelievable sights. Share the light all around you. And see the world you love shine like never before. Join us for the Walt Disney World 50th Anniversary Celebration.
Find your rhythm, your happy place. Find your breaking point. Then break it. Every emergency gives you a potent blend of nutrients, so you can emerge your best with Emergency.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Tilly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Monday on NFL Total Access, we'll look back at a defining final week of the regular season, and we'll look ahead to a dramatic opening round of the NFL playoffs. This is what you waited for. This is NFL Total Access, Monday at 6 Eastern.
We're all here for football.
Best in the league right now. He was awesome.
Reset the tempo. We're talking about those epic matchups. Kelsey, good night. The Chiefs put the hammer down. And instant classics.
One of the best football games anyone had ever seen.
One punch after another. That's how we do it. Sunday morning breakdowns.
They are unstoppable.
Huge game today with a lot of implications.
I pray for these moments.
And all the inside lowdown.
I still get chills thinking about it.
Unbelievable.
Hey, welcome to championship football, baby.
I got to sit down with Meek Mill.
Your team.
We got the whole city behind it.
Play after play after play.
It is a touchdown. Our team.
This is such an exciting time for a fan.
I'm fired up about that one.
Every team.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Let's go!
If it happens in this league,
Football is back in London.
we're all here for it.
Wait till you see this.
What a magnificent ending. NFL Network. We're here for football.
NFL Game Day Morning is brought to you by Verizon, the official 5G network of the NFL.
Stick with NFL Network all day. Good morning football. 6 hours of NFL now to NFL Total Access. And it appears we already have our first coach firing of a team that's done with their season. Game Day Notebook. Tom Pelissero, Mike Garafolo, and Ian Rappaport, you've got the floor.
Rich, the Denver Broncos are parting ways with head coach Vic Fangio. Sources tell Tom Pelissero and myself the decision made this morning by general manager George Paton, a huge decision that will determine the direction of the franchise going forward. Fangio coached 3 seasons, never really had a quarterback, but of course did not make the playoffs. He was able to inform his coaches this morning. An important part of this, a well-respected defensive mind. He will be very much in high demand as a coordinator going forward, and the new Broncos head coach inherits a stocked roster that still needs a quarterback.
Ian, you noted the quarterback factor there. Fangio saying the rest of the AFC West has them. We don't. Well, guess which team does have an elite quarterback? It is the Seattle Seahawks, and they would like to hold on to him. And the plan right now, via sources, as the Seahawks enter their offseason in the next couple of days, is to keep Russell Wilson. They do not plan to trade him. Now, Wilson says he never officially requested a trade last offseason. If he does that this offseason, if he forces the issue, perhaps the plan could change, and the Seahawks would be amenable to a deal. But right now, they plan to keep Russ as their franchise quarterback.
Mike, the Texans are targeting the start of free agency on March 16th to complete a long-awaited trade of their franchise quarterback, Deshaun Watson. Watson has not played this season amidst a trade request and serious ongoing allegations of sexual misconduct. My understanding is some clarity on the legal front is coming in the next several weeks. Multiple teams were willing to offer 3 first-round picks and more for Watson back before the trade deadline in November. Expect the Dolphins, Panthers, and other teams to be involved this time around, while the Texans are motivated to make a deal, maximizing their assets for free agency and the draft. Let's send you to Aditi Kikabwala in Baltimore.
Tom, the nostalgia is certainly starting to kick in. Ben Roethlisberger likes to say he doesn't speak in absolutes, but there's definitely been a different finality to the way he's spoken this week about what is the likely end of an 18-year career, unless the Steelers can get some help. Now, the Ravens, of course, they're not planning anything special on their video board, but they did fly in Terrell Suggs, who was Roethlisberger's greatest nemesis. Suggs has more sacks of Roethlisberger than anybody else. And so when Roethlisberger this week was asked if he would do a lap around this stadium with high fives, as we saw Monday night, Kurt, he said he'll only do it if Suggs comes with him. Kurt.
All right, that's how we're going to bring it into Players Only, presented by Geico. And, you know, it comes to an end for all of us, fellas. And obviously, I was at the game on Monday. Fun to see that kind of victory lap in Heinz Field and the way that they gave love to Big Ben. But let's talk about our final games. Now, for me, it happened to be in the playoffs. Played my final game at home the week before. Things went really well in my final game at home. Then I had to travel to New Orleans. Things didn't go quite as well when I had to travel to New Orleans. And unfortunately for me, I probably took the biggest hit in my career in this game. And so I got knocked out of this game for a period of time. And it's never the way that you want to end it, right? We all have this vision of how our careers are going to end. We want to win our last game. We want to win the Super Bowl to finish it. And unfortunately for me, we got blown out in New Orleans, where I suffered a couple losses throughout my careers. New Orleans went on to win the Super Bowl. So not a perfect finish for me by any means, but it was great to be able to finish my career at home with kind of a staple and a win, Nate.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, when I finished my career, I had a short stint. I mean, a cup of coffee with the Browns. But when I left the Detroit Lions, I knew that my career was coming to an end. And there's a couple of moments in our careers where you must reflect, where you just let it all kind of sink in, which is your first ever game. You walk out to that stadium, you see 60, 70,000 people, you got the goosebumps. You're like, man, I finally made it, I'm here. And then that last game, where it's almost like you're looking at this lover, you know, a woman that you were in a relationship with, a very toward one. Good times, bad times. You look at her, she looks at you, and she says, it was real while it lasted. And I remember my last years in Detroit, my last game in Detroit, looking at this sport of football, someone that I've been in love with for my entire life, knowing that this was going to be the end of the chapter. I would just say to Big Ben, let it sink in. Reflect on the good work that you have done, because you are one of the greats.
And be blessed that you are writing it the way you want to write it.
Right.
A lot of us didn't get a chance to write it kind of like we wanted to write it. And then I think about me and I said, well, you know, it's so funny because as you get older, you start talking and people say, how much longer do you want to play? I said, man, listen, I'm going to play till they carry me off the field. Because I really thought that, you know, I was going to be that dude out there with the cane, trying to limp a route and still get a play in. But they actually carried me off the field in Philadelphia. And I was like, oh, man, you know, I couldn't believe it. I laid on that field, not able to move. And I thought going into that season, man, we had a shot. We were undefeated when we got to Philadelphia. We were ready to roll. And then I went down. Of course, we lose 4 the next 5, and things didn't go so well. And that was it. Now, guys, listen. I went to 5, 10 different doctors trying to find one doctor that says, you can play, and then decided there's no way I can put my family through that. But yeah, that was a hard thing, leaving that way, not giving opportunity to really play in the last game.
Yeah, exactly. Like Nate, you made the point, and I knew halfway through the season that this was going to be my last season. So you get a chance to enjoy or wave to the crowd or shake hands like Ben did last week. And so I think there's something nice about knowing this is it, instead of deciding in the offseason or deciding or having it decided for you like you did, Irv. Rich, back to you.
Guys, I'm just trying to maintain focus because I know this segment's about to end. And this one is just about to begin once again. We're giving America what they want, putting the playoff picture into focus with Michael Irvin drawing.
I got it now, though. I understand the game better.
At Lowe's, you never have to be finished with your finishing touches, with aisles of ways to refresh and restyle for whatever style you're feeling and prices you're really feeling. Shop the Lowe's Bat Style and Save event now, in-store and online.
Wasn't me.
You're never responsible for unauthorized purchases on your Discover card.
Dion, hand it over. Now, how does that make you feel?
Like a part of me is missing.
Gabrielle?
This Old Spice Fiji hand and body lotion has me smoother than ever.
That's what it does.
We're not afraid to be all that we are. No limit here to tell us just how far. We don't sit down and wish upon a star. Come feel our power raising at the bar. Can't hold me back. Can't hold me back. Can't hold me back.
No ink? I need you to print. I need you. Please don't do this. I love you so much. I hate you. You think you're empty? I'm empty.
Do you suffer from cartridge conniptions? Be conniption-free thanks to the cartridge-free Epson EcoTank printer. A ridiculous amount of ink. Up to 2 years of ink comes in the box. The EcoTank is the perfect cure for...
I'm sorry. I didn't mean any of that. I meant it! You're mocking me.
The Epson EcoTank. Just fill and chill.
Does anybody have more cartridges?
Available at...
Since retirement, I've been trying a lot of new things with Frank's Red Hot. It's the perfect blend of flavor and heat, like me. And it's great on all the recipes I've mastered. I put that on everything.
This is your living room / yoga shanty / regional office / and this is the basement / panic room. Maybe what your family needs is a vacation home / vacation home. Find yours on the Vrbo app.
Some of my best memories growing up were cooking with Mom. So when she moved in with us, a new kitchen became part of our financial plan.
Find a Northwestern Mutual advisor at nm.com.
Socks are the #1 most requested item in homeless shelters. Underwear is #2. And t-shirts are #3. That's why we make incredibly comfortable socks, underwear, and t-shirts. And we donate one for every one you buy.
Welcome to NFL Now. Every weekday, NFL Now has the latest from around the league.
This team is very mentally strong.
Keep pushing each other to get better every day. I'm sure he's got a point to prove. NFL Now, Monday at 11 on NFL Network.
Just when the biggest season ever couldn't get any bigger, it did. Play NFL Knockout for free all season. Survive 15 questions
Don't get knocked out and win a VIP trip to Super Bowl 56 in L.A. Play at NFL.com/knockout.
All right, everybody, it's Super Wild Card. Everybody, you're going to have your chance to talk and draw.
Okay.
Let me do a promo. Do it. For crying out loud, there's 2 shows. It's Super Wild Card weekend. So be super quiet for this super promo. All right, we got 2 shows now. Thank you, Ronnie. Welcome to Game Day presented by Gillette. Look good, game good. Or been good. I mean, I'll be honest, it doesn't look good. It just doesn't look good. I don't know if that's what, okay. Trevor Lawrence, look at the flowing mane.
Man, he looks like he's
Look
dressed
at
for
Trevor
vacation.
Lawrence. Oh, Pittsburgh loves some Trevor Lawrence today. Jonathan Taylor, an MVP candidate. He looks good. He's got game good. He's all sorts of good. The Colts have not won in Jacksonville since 2014. If that losing streak continues, that opens the playoff doors for the Steelers and the Ravens in a wacky potential scenario on Sunday Night Football. But for the moment, let's send things to Stacey Dale. Stacey?
Well, Rich, there is always a lot of talk about Jonathan Taylor and this dynamic Colts offense on the ground, and rightfully so, but they have a pretty darn good defense, too. In fact, they are so opportunistic. They are tied for first in terms of turnovers in the NFL alongside the Green Bay Packers, and they believe in themselves so much. I talked to linebacker Darius Leonard, who, by the way, leads the NFL with 7 forced fumbles, and their mindset coming in here today, quote, the Jags don't score. In fact, he has joked all week long, we can leave our offense at home. We know we can take over this football game with our defense, but it certainly begs to be said they are a whole lot better when they come out, score points early to unleash this defense throughout the course of the game. Right now, let's get you to Miami Gardens. Mike Giardi, take it away.
Thank you, Stacey. Are we looking at the end of Tua's time here in Miami? The Dolphins quarterback admitting that this year didn't go as well as he would have liked, both personally and as a team, where the Dolphins once again missed the postseason. You can expect the quarterback chatter to be very loud here in Miami during the offseason, as it has been basically for the last year. Tua said he's not worried about it. He said if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's going to happen to him. Meanwhile, there's a guy on the other side, J.C. Jackson, who's not a big fan of Tua. In fact, after they played in Week 1, a Dolphins win, J.C. Jackson said, quite frankly, he goes, if you take away his first read, he just throws the ball up. Patriots make the quarterbacks hold on to the ball longer than any team in the National Football League, Rich.
All right, let's take a look at the AFC playoff picture from the ground up. Ravens and Steelers win, they have a chance to get in. Chargers, Raiders, winner is in. Colts win, they are in. If the Bills win, they're the AFC East champs. If they lose, the Patriots with a win would be that. The Titans win, they are the top seed. That's your situation in the AFC. If the Titans lose, it's the Chiefs, who are already in the clubhouse at 12-5. The NFC playoff picture, Packers are already the 1. The Rams win, they're the 2 as the NFC West champs. If they lose, the Cardinals with a win are the NFC West champs. If they both lose, the Rams are in, but that leaves the 2 seed open for the Bucs and the Cowboys. The 49ers need to win and get in. Unless the Saints lose, then they're in. Let's get drawing some playoff pictures now. Go for it.
What is that? A face, an eye. I don't have any idea what that is.
That's a pool.
This is water. This is a diving board. It looks like pool at my house. The season, Kurt. The season.
It looks like Mr. Peanut.
It's Baker Mayfield. That's a going.
That's a player? It looks like a pilgrim.
Okay, here we go.
C.
Oh, no, you
I was drawing one half side of his head. Give the man a break. That's the best I got.
All right, hey, everybody. It's time for another edition of Game Day Game Night. Dig on, everybody. Your mic. I almost knocked over the podium because I'm so excited. I love it. Puma, our stage manager, you're like saying, grab your fake mic that's not attached to anything. All right, with the complete playoff picture coming to focus by the end of the day, we figured it's time, a good time to draw some pictures ourselves. So today's game is Pictionary. And as always, it's Team Kurt versus Team Mooch. Now, it's a rivalry that started back in 1994 when Mooch cut Kurt in Green Bay. Since then, Mooch has been fired twice as an NFL head coach, while Kurt has won a Super Bowl, was a two-time NFL MVP, was named the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, got inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and had his life story turned into a movie. So let's just say Mooch really needs a win today. His partner in crime, as always, is Michael Irvin. Kurt's teammates are Cynthia Freeland and Rachel Panetta.
All right, ladies, come on.
So, here's how it works. We're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for each round.
Rules, Irv. There's
now,
rules.
Let's go.
I say this in the direction of Michael Irvin and Mooch.
I got the game now.
No talking.
Okay.
No drawing of letters or numbers. No, like, drawing something and starting with a letter and saying you're trying to draw something.
Wait a second.
Here's the deal. All the answers are players who are either in the playoffs already or are on teams who are still alive. That's the only hint you get. In the event of a tie, I'm going to draw the tiebreaker, and the team to yell out the answer first wins. Michael Irvin, you are up first because America demands it.
Let's go.
Come on, here we go.
Let's go, Irv.
Here we go.
Let's go, Irv.
I'm going to show you the answer, and you may not say a word, you may not draw a letter, you must draw. Here you go, 30 seconds on the clock, there you go.
Come on, get it to me.
Go.
Here you go. Here you go. Right, that's the best one.
He kissed the paper.
See, that's just. See,
cup. That's a cup. That's a Cooper cup. Oh, that was good. That was good. That was good.
Kiss him. Way to go, baby.
All right. Many social distance violations in that win.
Cup right now.
That's a cup.
That was easy. Cynthia Freeland, you're up.
I'm going to rip this page
Yes, you
off.
will. Yes, I've got you.
Okay, you got it. That actually took you too long.
Go that side, Cynthia.
Come on.
Go that side.
He kissed it, so I'm going to...
We're sending this to Canton. This is going to Canton. Canton is called. They've required that win.
Get your own.
Here you go.
Get your
30
own
seconds
mark
on the
over there.
clock.
Come on.
Here we go.
Don't you touch it. Don't you touch. We can't touch their markers.
Here you go.
It's our marker. It's our marker.
Here's your marker. Here you go. Unsheath the marker. Here we go. 30 seconds on the clock.
Hey, where y'all going? Where y'all going?
We're just standing. No rules against standing. That's a hat.
She can draw.
Is that a hat?
That is a car.
Derek Carr.
There you go. Derek Carr.
That's a car.
All right.
Very well done. There you go. You may take that. Give that to Car.
That's more difficult than a hat.
Mooch, come on up here. I've been told we're
Nice
going
job. Well
fast
done,
enough.
you
two.
Steve Mariucci, this is fun.
Gotta kiss the page.
Here we go. 30 seconds on the clock. Mooch.
Come on, go.
I want to see your face. Go.
Give me something, Coach. Give me something.
Confused?
Give me something.
That's the way to go.
What?
Oh, Coach, what is?
Oh, that's easy. Come on.
There you go. It's 2 to 1. It's 2 to 1.
Way to go, baby.
It's 2 to 1. We're getting tougher. We're getting tougher. 30 seconds on the clock.
Great job.
To tie it up.
Great job. Great clock. Great clock.
Kurt Warner, 30 seconds on the clock. Go.
Gosh, what are you doing here? Okay.
Oh, no, he doesn't sound confident.
I don't sound.
What is that?
Don't be talking. Don't be talking. They talking. They talking.
Jamar Chase.
Whoa! You got it.
What?
No, wait. I have not shown that. That's incredible.
Somebody chasing somebody else.
Yes, it is.
Jamar Chase.
Rachel Panetta.
Dang. Well, you're kidding me.
That's it.
Yes. Yes. No way. No way. That's the chase.
We didn't even get ahead on that one. All right, because America demands it.
Yes.
Michael Irvin, one more time. Michael Irvin.
So messed up. There's no way she got Jamar Chase out of there.
You did.
There's no way. They're cheating worse than a bad cap.
Okay. All right, well done to our producers. Here we go.
Here we go.
Michael Irvin, you may not say a word.
He's done.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah, he understands.
I believe we've been cheated.
By the way,
No cheating. No.
I don't mean to be so demonstrative, but here we go. 30 seconds on the clock.
Wait, before you go.
Go. Oh. You may not say a word. You must only draw.
Spaceship. Eyes. That's eyes. Those are eyeballs.
Oh, no.
Those are... Come on, Irv.
Careful. Draw something else, Michael.
Eyes. Somebody has eyes.
He's so gentle with it.
Oh, this is just not going to work out.
That's a goat? Is that a goat? Is that a camel? Eisen.
Okay. It's C.D. Lamb again.
C and Lamb. I need you to see Lamb. C.D. Lamb. That's the best way. Come on. You can see Lamb. C.D. Lamb. See the Lamb. That's a pretty good one. Don't you think?
Mooch, that's my bad.
Mooch, from now on, just see the lamb. Will you
See
please?
the lamb.
See the
That's my best
seat.
lamb.
See
That's
the
my lamb.
See the seat. All right.
Come on, Rachel.
This is for the win.
Come on, Rachel.
Rachel Panetta.
Didn't y'all get that one?
Y'all got that one. I know y'all got the win.
Oh, man.
If you guys do not get this, that means I've got to draw the tiebreaker. So please get
Rachel,
this.
go that side.
Rachel Panetta, 30 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right.
What we got?
Rachel Panetta drawing this final one.
That's flower petal. Is that a, what is that?
Stand. Tree. No.
Bang.
Sign.
Hey, where that band? What's wrong with the band?
Where? Sign.
That's more than 30 seconds.
Come on, where's the clock? Where's the clock?
They're calling clock.
That's the sword. Is that a sword?
That's the clock. Band.
Dirt.
Band. Where's the band?
Is that soil, he asks? Is that dirt?
That's not a shovel.
Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. That clock.
We can't even really celebrate.
Ladies and gentlemen, pants were harmed in the winning of this championship.
And a clock malfunction.
These are indelible markers.
What? That was more than 30 seconds.
No, it wasn't.
Was it?
No.
That was 2 minutes.
No, it wasn't.
Excuse me. Don't make excuses.
Can we
Just
see the clock?
see the lamb next time.
Can we see the clock?
John Harbaugh knows if you want to win, just see the lamb.
I should have had a better lamb.
See the lamb.
Oh, my first loss, man. Oh, my God.
Pizza Hut's stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one outpizzas the Hut.
This is why you want Farmers Claim Forgiveness. Your home premium won't go up just because of this.
Wow, that's something.
You get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks. Get a quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
You think she's still awake?
Don't worry. The Lexus RX, built for modern families.
Get $1,500 lease cash toward a 2022 RX 350.
Hello, Gordon Ramsay.
NFL teams are turning to cold with Tide. Will you?
That will never work.
If it works on NFL jerseys, it'll work for you.
Seriously? Just perfect.
And it'll save you up to $150 a year.
And it's cold.
So you will turn to cold?
Fine, I'll turn to cold.
That guy needs to chill out.
This was a cold call.
As an athlete and as a coach, I work out every single day. I gotta move. I wear UFOs because it provides recovery and they are seriously life-changing footwear.
T-ball on Friday, swim lessons on Saturday.
And car shopping? How about car shopping right here, right now? Seriously?
Yep.
Car Gurus lets you shop for great deals from cars that can be delivered right to your family room.
Driveway would be better.
Car Gurus. Get your great deal delivered.
Owen, when you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
We didn't know what the future would hold, but we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
That's the game plan. Stick to it.
Time for Pick Six presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. I am still shaking from that thrilling win. All right, we are going to break down a couple of games today, and we are going to start with the Saints at Falcons. Saints needs to win, and they need some favors from the Rams to get into the playoffs. What do you like?
Well, they're going to do their part. 22-17 is my projected score. Taysom Hill, interestingly enough, 218 passing yards, a touchdown, a pick, 51 rushing, and then a rushing touchdown. So more passing yards than you might expect.
Oh, okay, I like that. 49ers at Rams is up next. Jimmy G torn ligament in his thumb, but he is expected to play.
Yeah.
And you like the upset here. I love it.
I like the upset. 24-23, just a one-point win. I would feel more confident if I knew who the starting quarterback and who was going to play the entire game, but I still like Deebo Samuel's projection. I love the 21 rush yards here, along with 6 receptions for 61 yards and a receiving touchdown.
Oh, have yourself a day. All right, Seahawks at Cardinals. Cardinals only have 1 win in the last month, but they get another here. They're favored by 5.5.
They do. 26-21 is my projected final score. Kyler Murray didn't play in that first matchup, but he'll play in this one. 270 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 41 rush yards, and a rushing touchdown. That is a monstrous day for him.
There we go. And then we got Panthers at Bucks. Bucks, a little bit of drama this week. They're favored by 9. No, you didn't hear that? I'll tell you.
Nothing. Okay.
Favored by 9 in this one. What do you like?
27-18 as the final score for me. Mike Evans is playing, and a lot of the Panther secondary is not. So 6 receptions, 70 yards, and a touchdown for Evans. Just worry about the guys that are there. Don't worry about the guys that I don't know what you're talking about.
Other stuff. Jets at Bills. This game might be a little bit chilly. Bills are favored to win by 16.5 points.
Yeah, so 31-17 is my final score. 255 passing yards for Josh Allen, along with 2 passing touchdowns. We're going to get rid of those 3 interceptions, but he still does have 1 rushing touchdown. He just doesn't have multiple.
There you go. Okay, and finally, Patriots at Dolphins. AFC is on the line here. Patriots are going to be rooting for the Jets to win today. What do you like?
Patriots root for Jets, but that's okay because they win 24-17 in this matchup. 62 rush yards, a touchdown for Damian Harris in the run game. A nice, I don't know, the Brian Flores does not beat his mentor in this one.
Okay, that is it. DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NFL, and today, new customers can bet $5 on their team to win, and if they do, you walk away with $200 plus new fantasy players can play free for your share of millions this season when you make your first deposit. Use promo code GAMEDAY when you sign up. All right, when we come back, the guys have one last chance to get a bold prediction right this season. Bold predictions are next.
What's on the right place? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go.
Be physical, play fast.
Put you front row. Let your tongue show.
Launches deep. He's got it.
I don't bluff, bro. Touchdown. Like a buffalo. Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go.
Awesome, baby. Let's go.
Magic is calling you to stay at a Disney Resort hotel, where you're surrounded by the world's most magical celebration. The fun never stops. Special friends greet you. You soar to adventures with extra time in any of the 4 theme parks every day. And now you can save on rooms at select Disney Resort hotels. Why would you stay anywhere else?
We always believed the welcoming spirit was a small town thing. Turns out, we were wrong. Wherever Jim Beam is welcome, he'll be welcome too.
At Lowe's, with endless ways to organize what you need, you'll find some of the peace of mind you want at prices you really want. Start the year fresh at Lowe's. Shop Lowe's Store and Save event now, in-store and online.
What does the future of strength look like? It's dynamic weight that adjusts for you in real time for a more efficient workout. And you can only experience it on Tonal.
When you're in debt, how do you get out? Making the minimum payments on your credit cards can take 30 years to pay off. And a personal loan just transfers your debt. You need to reduce your debt. You need National Debt Relief. They'll create a simple monthly payment program you can afford. and negotiate with your creditors to reduce what you owe, to be debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months. Get out of debt and get on with life.
Go online or call 1-800-484-3906.
You're a one-man stitchwork master, but your staffing plan needs to go up a size. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
At Tommy John, we believe you deserve the most comfortable underwear and breathable, supportive, lightweight stretch fabrics for the perfect fit on every guy. We believe in can't believe they never thought of that designs, like our Stay Put waistband and the horizontal quick draw fly. We believe the daily grind should only be in your coffee cup, not in your underwear. Plus, we guarantee no wedgies, no adjustment needed. Feeling is believing. So upgrade now and get 20% off your first order at TommyJohn.com with this code.
Monday on NFL Total Access, we'll look back at a defining final week of the regular season, and we'll look ahead to a dramatic opening round of the NFL playoffs. This is what you waited for. This is NFL Total Access, Monday at 6 Eastern.
The following segment is for entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. It's time for Bold Predictions, presented by Lexus.
Steve.
What?
You're first.
Okay, I got one this time.
Okay.
But you got to help me out.
I'm here for you, always.
Okay, so Rich, help me out. Do you know who is performing at the Pepsi Super Bowl 56 halftime show?
Among others, Snoop. Let me just throw Snoop out there.
Snoop? Hey, there it is. Who am I? What's my name? Okay, Snoop D-O-double-G. All right, so I got another question here. All right, who's the starting quarterback for the Ravens today?
Tyler Huntley.
Tyler Huntley. You know what his nickname is?
Snoop.
Snoop Huntley, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you know that, Kurt?
No, I didn't know
Yeah, well, you did something else. So guess who has the record? That's neither here nor there. Guess who has the record for the most passing yards by an undrafted quarterback against a divisional rival?
Would that be that guy right there?
Right there. You did 484 yards passing, Kurt. Against the 49ers. No, not against me. We would never let you throw for that many yards. You remember that?
I was out of the game way before that.
That was in 07, yeah, against the Niners. But today, Tyler Snoop Huntley is going to drop your record like it's hot and throw for 485 yards against the Steelers. Sorry, Kurt. Yeah, but your record's going down.
By the way, I just got my bold prediction correct, is that Butch is going to have just 1 degree of separation between Snoop and Kurt Warner.
There you go. That's
it.
There's no doubt about that.
Kurt?
All right, records are made to be broken, so let's break some records. And we're going to break some records with Cooper Kupp. Had an unbelievable season. Let's finish this thing off. He needs 11 catches to break Michael Thomas's record for catches in a season, so he'll get at least 12. He needs 136 yards to break Calvin Johnson's record for most yards in a season, so we're going to get over 136 yards and break that record. He won't get to the touchdown record for receivers, but we're going to add 2 of those anyway, so he'll have 12, 136, and 2 touchdowns to break and smash all of those records.
That should get this man up there firmly in the MVP stuff.
No doubt.
And we just don't give enough love to wide receivers because we're always giving the love to the quarterback. Speaking of, I'm giving some love to the quarterback here. Right. You just talked about 484 yards, Kurt. That's a great job, man. And Tyler Huntley throwing for 485 yards to eclipse that. I'm going to go in that same vein. You know, Peyton Manning owns the record with 5,477 yards in a single season back in 2013. Tom Brady has to throw for 400 and that beautiful number, 88 yards today to surpass him. So we got it. Kurt 484, Huntley 485, and Tom Brady at 488.
There you go. Bringing it all together. And we even had some musical production value to that one. Very well done. The NFC team, the biggest threat to the 1 seed going into the playoffs is which? That's coming up. And with Big Ben playing possibly his last NFL game today in Baltimore, we reflect on the prolific career of one of the Steelers' all-time greats, including his first ever appearance here on NFL Network. Don't miss that.
This is the move right here. Boom. Boom.
My turn. My bag of chips for your crunch wrap.
I think we have different definitions of sharing.
Next time you can divvy it up.
Wow. So generous.
Want your clothes to smell freshly washed all day without heavy perfumes? Now they can. with Downy Light In-Wash Freshness Boosters. Just pour a capful of beads into your washing machine before each load to give your laundry a light scent that lasts longer than detergent alone, with no heavy perfumes or dyes. Finally, a light scent that lasts all day. New Downy Light, available in 4 naturally inspired scents.
Pizza Hut's stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Owen, when you came into my life, it was a whirlwind.
I just can't do it.
We didn't know what the future would hold, but we knew you would always be a part of it. Adopting you was the best decision in our life. And I am so proud to call you my son.
The NFL regular season finale is here.
Game time!
And it's high stakes.
Go hard like A-Day.
Last shot to change the whole picture. The NFL season finale continues today.
Welcome to NFL Now.
Every weekday, NFL Now has the latest from around the league.
This team is very mentally strong.
Keep pushing each other to get better every day.
I'm sure he's got a point to prove. NFL Now, Monday at 11 on NFL Network.
We're all here for football.
Best in the league right now. He was awesome.
We set the tempo. We're talking about those epic matchups.
Kelsey, good night. The Chiefs put the hammer down.
And instant classics.
It's one of the best football games anyone had ever seen.
One punch after another. That's how we do it.
Sunday morning breakdowns.
They are unstoppable. Huge game today with a lot of implications. I pray for these moments.
And all the inside lowdown.
I still get chills thinking about it.
Unbelievable. Hey, welcome to championship football, baby.
I got to sit down with Meek Mill.
Your team.
We got the whole city behind it.
Play after play after play.
It is a touchdown. Our team.
This is such an exciting time for a fan.
I'm fired up about that one.
Every team.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Let's go.
If it happens in this league,
Football is back in London.
we're all here for it.
Wait till you see this.
What a magnificent ending.
NFL Network. We're here for football.
I'm ready to detonate. Aim straight, never hesitate. Keep the chains off, I'ma levitate. This is prime time, let me demonstrate. I'm ready to go, I'm ready to charge them all. Enough is enough. You see me fighting, know that I ain't letting up. Let's go! Let's go! This is the place to be. Everybody coming up. Let's go!
Won a Super Bowl with Big Ben. Took Big Ben to another. Is this the end of the run for Tomlin and Roethlisberger together in Baltimore? Chase Claypool would like to see another day as he and the Steelers win today, and they're still alive. Same thing with the Ravens. Carson Wentz is in Jacksonville. Last quarterback to win for the Colts in Jacksonville was Andrew Luck in 2014. Colts win, though. They are in. Last night, the Eagles at the 7th seed, they were already in. Dallas at the 4th seed, they were already in. But Dak had not been in the end zone 5 times with his arm in his entire career, and he needed to do just that to pass Tony Romo's single-season record for most touchdown passes in a season for Dallas, and he does it in 16 starts, 16 games. And that's the way the Cowboys put 51 on the board against Philadelphia last night. They're still the 4 seed entering today, but they can improve should the Rams and Bucks lose. If the Rams, Bucks, and Cardinals all lose, that's the way Dallas is the 2 seed. But if the Rams win, they are the NFC West champs. If they lose and the Cardinals win, the Cardinals are the NFC West champs. and the 49ers get in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
Meaning 3 teams in the NFC West would make up the 7-team field in the NFC. Welcome to NFL Game Day Morning, hour number 3, presented by Lowe's. Join the home team, Rich Eisen, Steve Mariucci, Kurt Warner, and Michael Irvin at the end of the set right there. So we're at the top of hour number 3 of this program. If you're just joining us, where you been? Let's kick things off by asking which NFC team can stop the Packers from taking the 1 seed all the way across the street. What do you got for me?
Well, it's Dallas for me. When they're healthy and when they're, you know, all their healthy players are playing and they're getting there for the playoffs, they're good. They're the most complete team because on offense, they're first in scoring and first and second in total offense. On defense, they take the ball away as much as anybody does. Nobody does it better. They're best on third down. That's the money down. So they're a complete team. Now, they've got to play their A game if they go to Lambeau because we all know that old man Winter plays defense up there. But the Dallas Cowboys, when they're sharp, man, they are sharp.
I'm going with the Bucs here, and you talk about the Cowboys. Cowboys can struggle to stop the run at times. I don't think they're great on the back end besides Diggs. And so I'm going with the team that I believe is the most complete team besides the Packers in the NFC. And, you know, obviously it starts with Tom Brady. We know they went into Lambeau Field in that cold weather, and they were able to knock off the Packers last year. They have the ability to make you one-dimensional. Now, nobody likes that one dimension to be that number 12 with the ball in his hands in terms of Aaron Rodgers. But I do say to myself, stop the run, right? We talk about the big back that they have and the way they can change it up with Aaron Jones. Stop the run and force this Packers pass offense to beat you. Devontae Adams, incredible. Beyond that, I'm not sure they've got the horses to do that. And if they do, tip your hat and you move on. But to me, I think the Bucs have the best chance because of the completeness of their team and specifically their ability to stop the run.
I think the kryptonite to Aaron Rodgers' Superman is a great run game. If you could run the football and keep Aaron Rodgers off the field, if you could play some pretty good defense, I would love the Green Bay Packers to play Cowboys and say, hey, we're going to run the ball because y'all can't stop the run. I tell Cowboys, don't stop the run. Let them keep running. Just don't let Aaron Rodgers throw the ball, you know what I mean? That'll give you a great chance, man. But now, if Zeke can run like Zeke was running yesterday, Zeke looked healthy yesterday. He looked healthy, man. He had a little burst to his run. Then the Dallas can give you a shot. Right now, for me, Green Bay, the only person standing in Green Bay's way. Even though I think San Fran, certain teams like San Fran, teams that can run, can really give them some problems.
None of the Rams, huh? Nobody wants to take Aaron
They've already beaten the Rams. They've already beaten San Francisco and Arizona.
I know they didn't. Right. But they didn't take on the Rams with Von having a couple games under his belt. Right. Odell there.
And Odell,
Cam Akers is apparently back.
He's there.
Throwing that out there. AFC playoff picture. The Chiefs have forced the Titans to win today in Houston in order to get that 1 seed, thanks to their come-from-behind win in Denver yesterday. In the late window, the Bills and Patriots will play for the AFC East against the Jets and Dolphins, respectively. If the Colts win, they are in. If the Chargers and the Raiders wind up playing with a couple of results already earlier in the day, that game is most likely, it's absolutely going to be winning in tonight on Sunday Night Football. If today is, in fact, the final game in the storied career of Ben Roethlisberger, then it's only fitting that it does come against the Ravens in Baltimore, because it was there in Week 2 of the 2004 season that the Steelers watched Tommy Maddox go down, forcing them to turn to their recently first-round drafted rookie out of Miami of Ohio sooner than they had expected and hoped. And all Big Ben did was throw 2 touchdowns that day in a loss and then start the next week without losing a single game until the AFC Championship. Quite the start to an 18-year Hall of Fame career for which we at NFL Network have had a front row seat ever since we first met him pre-draft when we were just 3 months old. I am joined here by, who knows, maybe the top pick.
Doesn't matter where I go. To me, I just want to play football.
With the 11th pick,
hey, Coach.
Steelers select
Absolutely.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, yeah.
This guy was by no means a normal rookie. Way too much poise, talent, confidence.
Here's the give to Jerome. He has it. The ball is fumbling. And the Colts tackles him at the 43-yard line. Ben Roethlisberger, the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl.
I didn't play my best game. Got to get back to Super Bowl.
Game on the line. Scampers left. Now to his right. Throws the pass. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. That's the way you play football. 43 seconds to go of Super Bowl 43. Ben throws it back corner of the end zone. Santonio with a touchdown. Pittsburgh won the Super Bowl. He lofts it long past. Santonio pulled that perfectly thrown pass. The Steelers making an unprecedented 7th trip to the Super Bowl.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Roethlisberger, 6 touchdown pass, 2 weeks in a row. If this is Ben's last hurrah, I'll see you in Kent.
I'm so thankful and blessed to call this place home.
Black and yellow, yeah.
2 Super Bowl wins, 3 Super Bowl appearances. Only Tom Brady has more wins with one single franchise as he did in New England than Big Ben has had in Pittsburgh. You could see his other rankings in the record book. And I mean, Kurt, you obviously had a front row seat for that final drive right there in that Super Bowl, for which he could have easily been the MVP of that game. They gave it to Santonio Holmes, who was on the receiving end of all of those dimes and darts that Big Ben was throwing in Tampa on that night. What is his place in NFL history, Kurt Warner?
Well, I mean, he goes down as one of the greatest to ever play the game. You know, we always want to have this debate, where does he fit? Well, he fits in that mix. You talk about winning championships. He won multiple championships, played in 3 Super Bowls. What I loved about Big Ben was he evolved over the years. You don't see that from a lot of quarterbacks, is that early in his career, he was a guy that would extend plays and guys would be hanging on him and he'd shake them off and he'd make these unbelievable throws by ad-libbing. As he got later in his career, he became a complete quarterback, winning from the pocket, getting the ball out of his hands, seeing the field. You got the longevity, you got the championships, you've got the success with one organization. You know, where he fits at the end of the day with all the greats, I don't know, but he's one of them. And it's been fun to be able to witness that. You know, I always say I was fortunate to play in 3 Super Bowls, and unfortunately I lost a couple. But when you lose a Super Bowl, it's nice to say, I lost it to some of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play in Tom Brady and Big Ben Roethlisberger, and you walk away tipping your hat to those great players.
We talk about this, like, you know, certainly we say, you know, Ben's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but being played in Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh has a good strong base in history. You know, you think about it, is he the greatest quarterback in Pittsburgh history? The numbers say he is, because he's first across the board in everything: wins, yards, pass TDs, completions, attempts, all of those things, 300-yard passing games. And he has 2 Super Bowls. But you think about this, man, we never really give Terry Bradshaw the love he deserves, and he has 4 Super Bowls because it's Pittsburgh, and we see Pittsburgh as run the football and play great defense, and that'll follow Ben also. But as Kurt says, he does belong in one of those great conversations.
Guys, 49 players have played 18 years. That's a long time. But 49 players in the NFL have played that long as a career. Only Ben has gone through without a losing season. That's incredible. He's the only person that has never had a losing season in 18 years. And when he got drafted there in 2004, you know, the Steelers hadn't won a Super Bowl in 26 years. I mean, Terry won 4 of those with the steel curtain, and they were great. But Ben was such a good fit for that team because he's a tough guy. He's a gritty guy, and he's, you know, over there in Pittsburgh, that's the kind of guy they need. He's not flashy. He's just a tough guy, plays hurt, the whole thing, very dependable. And so he was a perfect fit for the Steelers for 18 years. Man, my hat is off to him. And every game that he ever played, except for 2, they were in playoff contention. I mean, this guy, talk about a winner. That's amazing. That's it right there.
And this is his usual drill of warming up in the tunnel before coming out. And I just remember when he first did start, I mean, that was our first full season covering the game here at NFL Network. And it was, I remember Alan Fanico, who he will share a bus room with, was kind of like, yeah, the rookie, this team's built to win now. Like, we don't know who this rookie really is, and they were forced to start him. And again, he won every single game. The rest of the regular season wound up in the AFC Championship game. But for him, in this world of pocket passer versus outside of the pocket, he kind of combined both at his size and strength in a way that you didn't expect. So many times, the play ends when the quarterback's hit. But for Ben, the play started when he got hit sometimes. And I don't recall too many other quarterbacks that size for whom you could say something like that.
No doubt.
You know,
still in the pocket.
You guys will see him in the bust room one day. You know,
no doubt.
The question is that, you know, will he have one more game after today in the playoffs? And Aditi Kinkhabwala is in this game, in this stadium, once again. Take it away, Aditi.
Rich, John Harbaugh didn't bother with the intrigue with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson, this week, officially naming Tyler Huntley the starter on Friday. Now, Huntley certainly gained a lot of confidence these last few weeks as he almost upset the Packers, almost upset the Rams. A week ago against the Rams, he was feeling the effects of COVID, though. He told us this week he feels much better. He has his lungs about him. Of course, he has T.J. Watt to contend with. Watt has played only 14 games this season for the Steelers, but he's one sack away from tying Michael Strahan's all-time mark. He wants that record, and as Huntley's offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, said, we better have a plan for him. If not, he'll eat you up. Now let's go back to Ian Rappaport.
Thanks, Aditi. The Denver Broncos officially parted ways with coach Vic Fangio after 3 seasons, no playoff appearances. This decision made by general manager George Paton, who now has an even bigger decision to make for the future of the Denver Broncos. 3 candidates to keep an eye on. Dan Quinn, the Cowboys defensive coordinator, should be a very strong candidate. Gerard Mayo, defensive coach for the New England Patriots, and Kellen Moore, the offensive mind for the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, Antonio Brown is no longer a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Perhaps you heard there was a little bit of news about it, but before the Bucs officially released him, I'm told they tried to get him counseling, tried to have him seek an appointment and seek some help. He was not into it. For him, it was all about his ankle and his injury. As far as the ankle goes, I am told he is, as of right now, set for surgery January 18th. Martin O'Malley, the hospital of special surgery, he is expected to do the surgery, about a 4-week recovery for Antonio Brown. Meanwhile, as far as the Bucs go, Leonard Fournette and Levante David are both expected back for the playoffs. Both guys are battling an injury. And now for more on the Bucs, take it away, Sarah Walsh.
Well, as the Bucs prepare to make another Super Bowl run, perhaps the man under the most pressure isn't the guy under center. It could be their offensive coordinator, Byron Leftwich, who's trying to put the pieces together of an offense that right now is digging deep on the depth chart. But he said that's nothing new for him. Leftwich told us this week that they really haven't been playing with a full deck of cards since week 3 or 4. Now, Bruce Arians says don't expect them to rest starters today. They are going for that 2 seed. And Arians said, who would I even pull off the field anyway? Do expect them to monitor Mike Evans, though. He is just 54 receiving yards shy of hitting 1,000 for the 8th straight season. Don't expect Evans to exit the field until that happens, Rich.
All right, thanks very much. Did you know that this season there's been a record number of touchdowns scored by players who weigh 300 or more pounds? I didn't know. Mooch did, apparently. A thick 6 edition of Mooch's Minute when we come back.
Must see.
It's playoffs time, America, and it all comes down to this. So I just got one question. Whose back you got when the game is on the line? We got your back. When it's 4th and long. We got your back. When you need a big stop. We got your back. When it's all or nothing. We got your back. Who's got your back? We got your back. It's the NFL playoffs. Whose back you got?
Old Trapper Beefs. Last bag.
You know there's plenty for both of you.
Old Trapper, what's your beef?
At Lowe's, with endless ways to organize what you need, you'll find some of the peace of mind you want at prices you really want. Start the year fresh at Lowe's. Shop Lowe's Store and Save event now, in-store and online.
If enjoyment isn't part of the process, don't trust the process.
Richard's been conditioned to finish his entire plate his entire life, even when he's full.
Really?
That's just a bit of psychology Richard learned from Noom Weight. Sign up now at Noom.com.
Wake up. We got breaking news here, folks.
This is an opportunity you've been waiting your whole life for.
I cannot wait to see this one.
Make every morning a good morning.
We are so excited.
Yeah, boom. Good Morning Football, only on NFL Network.
This is my wallet before, and this is my Rich wallet.
It's smaller, lighter, and a lot more convenient than my old leather wallet.
And helps me get rid of all the junk that I've collected over the years.
The Ridge is a huge upgrade. Get your Ridge wallet at ridge.com.
Where else can I go? Got it. You got it. You got it. Where else can I go? You got it. You got it. You got it. Where else can I go? Got it. I'ma say it. You got it. All I seen it. Got it. Got me saying. Where else can I go? Got me got it. You got it.
Go to NFLShop.com for a special offer.
We're all here for football.
Best in the league right now.
Your team.
We got the whole city behind us.
Our team.
This is such an exciting time for a fan.
Every team.
Wait till you see this.
What a magnificent ending.
NFL Network. We're here for football.
How has the league changed over the decades? Well, first of all, we exist. There's something called NFL Network. And there's now something called the Super Wild Card Weekend with 2 games on Saturday, 3 on Sunday, and 1 on Monday night. We've got 2 shows to cover all of that. And here's another example. We are today on the anniversary of the day in 1977 when the great John Madden won his Super Bowl coaching the Oakland Raiders in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Fred Biletnikoff, who shares a bus room, they bus talk tonight, with Madden. He had 4 catches for 79 yards. That was good enough for the MVP in the game. As we know, the Super Bowl this year is now in a multi-billion-dollar stadium across the way, and the Raiders can make the playoffs for that if they win a flex-scheduled winner-in game Sunday night in that stadium. Taylor Bisciotti, take it away in Vegas.
Rich, Darren Waller is expected back for the first time in 6 weeks today for the Raiders, but in his absence, Hunter Renfrow has been fantastic. I spoke to Raiders offensive coordinator Greg Olsen and asked what makes him so unique. He said his route running ability is special. He called him the most underrated slot receiver in the league and even compared him to Cooper Kupp, a guy that Olsen coached when he was with the Rams. Renfrow is having a career year. He has over 1,000 yards receiving. His first catch tonight will be catch number 100. He's become Derek Carr's go-to guy on 3rd down. He's had a touchdown in 3 of his last 4 games. So, Kurt, with Waller back in the lineup, who do you have as the most valuable player on the field for the Raiders?
Well, Taylor, you're 100% correct in terms of Hunter Renfrow being the guy. And what makes him the guy is his ability to understand what the quarterback is seeing. Nothing better for a quarterback than to have a receiver that understands and sees what you see. Here, this is a route that's supposed to cross the field, across that backside hash. He sees the safety there. Forget it. I'm going to straighten this up. I'm going to give my quarterback an opportunity to make this throw. Big play down the field. All right, we're going to look at another one right here. It's going to be a quarter safety. Safety over my top. If I stay vertical, it's going to be a tough throw. Let me just wrap myself around this linebacker, make myself available once again to Derek Carr. Big play, and you talk about the route running. Here he is on the outside, but zig any better than this. Boom, turn the hips, able to stop on a dime, put your foot in the ground, and come back to the outside. And so the rapport between these two and the understanding of the game by a receiver is huge for a quarterback, especially when you're playing slot receivers and you're going against guys on the inside. That, to me, is why Hunter Renfrow has become, Darren Waller's great, but has become Derek Carr's go-to guy. Now let's head down to Miami and Mike Giardi.
Thank you, Kurt. The Patriots and Mac Jones expect the heat to be on here in Miami, and not just because of the sun. The Dolphins have concocted more pressures than Jones has facial hair, leading the league in blitz rate since the midpoint of the season. When I asked Jones about it, he said, look, at the number of turnovers they cause and negative plays, he says it's important for us to eliminate those. When I talked to Josh McDaniels about it, the Patriots offensive coordinator, he compared this to a training camp practice today. He said, you've got to follow your rules and trust your teammates. That's the most important thing you can do because we're going to see things that we haven't seen before. Jones has been below average against the blitz this year, but that didn't stop Dolphins defensive end Emmanuel Ogbah from saying he's a real gem. Now to Michael Irvin. And Irv, do you expect the Patriots to struggle here in Miami like they have in the past?
You know, Mike, and we keep saying this, oh, Bill Belichick will get it right. Bill Belichick gets it right everywhere else. On the road in the Belichick era against those other two teams, the Jets and the Bills, he's 36-8 on the road. On the road in the Belichick era. In Miami, he's 9-12. I want to say that it will not continue today, but it will continue today. But I do believe that young man, Mac Jones, he's going to sit and say, I don't have anything to do with this. I wasn't here for all of that. Today, I want to start a new trend and get it done for the New England Patriots. Now, let's go to Stacey Dales.
Thanks, Irv. Speaking of young, how about 22-year-old Colts running back Jonathan Taylor being the youngest player in NFL history in a single season with 2,000-plus scrimmage yards, 20-plus touchdowns. He's got 20. The Colts believe he is the MVP of the league. Why? Frank Reich, listen to what he said this week. Combo of speed and power, vision, balance, body control, acceleration in the hole. Take it to the house mentality. He is the complete back. Josh Allen from this Jags defense told me this week we've got to hit him fast and we've got to hit him hard. Certainly helps to have a great offensive line, and we love our O-linemen. The Colts actually have one, Danny Pinter, who scored this season. Let's take a look back at the big men in the end zone.
Look at the big man run.
Must be jelly because jams don't shake like that.
Who needs tight ends? We got athletic tackles who can catch the football.
Where's the beast?
And he finds the big guy.
Greatest 300-pound celebration of all.
He's so hungry. He's going to eat the end zone.
The big man came through.
Get him some oxygen.
And the big fella.
Look how much fun they're having right now.
All right, it's time now for Mooch's Minute. And yeah, we smashed a lot of records in the NFL this year, but the one that I love the most is 12 touchdowns by players who are 300 pounds or more. Let's take a look at the Dallas Cowboys. You got Connor McGovern right here, and you got Terrence Steele right here. Everything says run. We're just going to throw it over there. Well, why don't we just smash the scale and smash the records? All right, good job. All right, now we got the Jets. All right, here goes Zach Wilson right here. And we've got fullback in the flat is number one. All right, little play action pass, but everybody else is going to cross. All right, he comes back. One, I don't like it. That's a no. Come on back to number two, my crossing tight end. That's a no. You better get out of there. Run for your life because you're going to get hit. All right, come on out of here. All right, this Connor McDermott says, throw me the damn ball. I'm open, all right? How about a back shoulder throw? They practice this a lot, I'm sure. All right, okay, the next one here, this guy, Christian Wilkins. Remember this guy at the draft? He chest bumped the commissioner for crying out loud. Clemson guy. He's playing fullback. Throw him the ball, Tua. All right, that's good. Easy touchdown. Well, now let's go a little Lambeau leap. All right, they do that in Miami, too. But then why don't we come on back and we do a little worm. A little worm. Okay, and then how about a little breakdancing, a little breakdancing right here. We got to give a little love to these big uglies, okay? We call these right here.
I'll help you back up.
Big men with football. You wanted me to do the breakdance, didn't you?
Yeah. Do something.
Kurt Warner was doing that in the green room earlier.
Word.
All right, but we call it a thick six, all right?
Yes,
that's a touchdown by these big guys. 12 touchdowns this year.
Six.
All right, I have that. But coming up next, we've got Torrey Holt, the Rams legend, sitting down with the next legend over there at the Rams, Cooper Kupp. I'm not doing that. All right?
Break.
We got a little film session, so roll the darn tape, will you?
So look, I must have been watching some other people. Right? I should have been watching you. Look, see that? You see what I'm talking about?
Look at rock and roll.
This is what we don't want that, right? This is not what we want.
When you're a quarterback, maintaining control is critical. Control of the clock, control of the game.
We want you to enjoy Caesars Sportsbook app, and we wish you success.
The Caesars Sportsbook app has the tools to help you set time limits, deposit limits, and spin limits. Please use them.
And if you are ever struggling to control your gambling, please seek help and support by dialing 1-800-522-4700.
You are all Caesars, and even Caesars need to know their limits.
Thank you.
If accelerating faster in wet conditions matters, what really matters is they're Bridgestone.
Pizza Hut's stuffed crust is the crust that made crust good. Topped and stuffed with over a half-pound of cheese. What are you so afraid of? Loving it? Original stuffed crust, just $12.99. Only from Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Since retirement, I've been trying a lot of new things. with Frank's Red Hot. It's the perfect blend of flavor and heat. Like me. And it's great on all the recipes I've mastered. I put that on everything.
No annual fee on any Discover card.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax Live expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us everything you've got.
What if I'm a professional gamer with a ton of expenses?
If they help drive views, let's talk deductions.
What if I'm in a state with no income tax, but my survival videos are viewed in 38 countries?
I can help. And if this is a business dinner, save those jerky receipts. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes. Intuit TurboTax Live.
As a professional bull rider, I'm used to taking chances. But when it comes to my insurance, I don't. I use Liberty Mutual. They customize your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
And by switching, you can even save $665.
Hey, Tex, can someone else get a turn?
Yeah, hang on, I'm about to break my own record. Yeah! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Run it.
Welcome to NFL Now. Every weekday, NFL Now has the latest from around the league.
This team is very mentally strong.
Keep pushing each other to get better every day.
I'm sure he's got a point to prove. NFL Now, Monday at 11 on NFL Network.
Only one more playoff spot up for grabs in the NFC. It would be San Francisco's if the Niners win across the street, or if the Falcons beat the Saints at the same time. If the Saints win and the Niners lose, the Saints are in. That's a big game between these two hated rivalries, Cameron Wolf.
Rich, no defensive players having a better last month than Saints pass rusher Cam Jordan. 7.5 sacks over his last 3 games, 3.5 last week. And Jordan hopes to continue his sack fest today against the rival Falcons. But he remembers their first game against the Falcons that they won, where he said Matt Ryan was in his bag, throwing for over 300 yards. And I'm told that one thing the Saints have discussed in defensive meeting rooms is finding ways to get pressure with their front four against Ryan, who has noticeably sped up his passing and quick passing over the second half of the season. Now, when you look at the Saints defense, and particularly Jordan, he's always energetic, but this week he has a little bit more juice, probably because he loves playing the Falcons. He has 22 career sacks of Matt Ryan, most by any player of an opponent in NFL history. We asked him why. He said, I don't know, but whatever the magnetism is, I believe in it. Now to a game that Saints fans are very interested in Inglewood with Steve White.
Well, thanks so much, Cam. Look, players and coaches from the Niners and the Rams have said all week that the outcome of this game between these hated rivals will likely come down to turnovers or lack thereof. During the Niners' current 5-game winning streak over the Rams, they're +2 in turnover differential. So I spoke to Niners linebacker Fred Warner about that, and he said it's not just the fact that they're taking the ball away, it's the fact that they're scoring on defense. He cited 3 pick sixes that they've had against the Rams during this current win streak, including one by him in 2019 and one by safety Jimmy Ward this season, said Warner. I'm sure they're talking about that in their building, and yes, they have. Quarterback Matthew Stafford for the Rams said this week, we have to do a better job of ending our drives with kicks, whether that's a punt, an extra point, or a field goal. So, Kurt, I'm sending it back to you because you've got more on the Rams.
Now, thanks a lot, Steve. You know, growing up, I used to daydream about sitting down with my football idols and just talking some ball. Thanks to our Generation Series, current players are getting the opportunity to do just that. This week, Cooper Kupp, Rams wide receiver who's having one of the greatest seasons in NFL history, sat down with former Rams receiver, future Hall of Famer, and one of the greatest wide receivers in the history of the NFL, Torrey Holt. And we get to be a fly on the wall. Let's take a look.
What's up? Cooper Kupp sitting here with Rams legend Torrey Holt. One of the best receivers to do it. Obviously a legendary Ram. Excited to sit down here and watch the tape.
Yes, and I'm so excited. I'm with my man, Cooper Kupp. Let's get it started, man. What you got?
Film.
Let's do it.
They get the snap off. Fake to Woods. Stafford throws. It is caught. It is a touchdown. Cooper Kupp tight-roping the sideline.
When you come out of the huddle, right, you get lined up. What's going through your mind initially?
First thing, I mean, typically I like to read a triangle. Innermost defender, safety, and corner. And kind of get a feel for what I'm seeing, right? In this situation, clearly we're getting the match that we want, right? I know Van's job is to just grab whoever my guy is, try to grab his outside shoulder. He does a great job here.
Yes, he does.
Being able to grab that guy that we've identified, run him into him. Now, I got to do a better job getting into the end zone here, but I get a little concerned that things got too wide. I speed this up a little bit. It puts in a good spot, and I'm able to still at least feel, that I'm a little short here. Catch, keep the feet in, fall forward. This whole play, this is Van's play. Right? This is Van making this happen for me. So
the fact that you catch the ball with your hands, he catches the ball with his hands, now that allows you to now control your body.
Yes, exactly.
Right here we got Super Bowl, man. Okay.
Back to throw. Warner throws. That's caught. Touchdown. Torrey Holt.
Okay, Greg Williams, you want to bring this all-out blitz? Okay, cool. Kurt and I, we didn't even give away anything to that team and to the audience that we saw the blitz coming. We just communicated with our eyes. We talked about it and we repped it enough in practice. So when we saw it, we just executed.
This wasn't a called slant.
Against the blitz it is.
Gotcha.
The route may have been,
that's what I'm saying. So this was
on here.
Exactly. So you guys are really like side adjusting.
Correct.
You guys see this thing. You guys just know. He doesn't have to point like, hey, if he comes, you guys just know if he comes. You guys.
Then you got to swing.
That's why you guys.
These are the results.
Best, yep, some of the best to do it. Right.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Do me one thing. Yeah. When y'all score, and they'll do it if you initiate it.
Yeah.
Bring the Bob and
y'all done it before. We've done it before.
Y'all have.
We've done it before. You gotta talk me through the exact steps here.
So stand up, man.
Okay.
So stand up. Let's get it.
Good.
Let's get it. So we right here.
Yep.
You and this is a hell of a base for us.
It
right
is.
Here, right?
It is.
We can win on any route right here.
Feel great.
So I was a big Muhammad Ali fan.
Yeah.
Huge Muhammad Ali fan. And when Muhammad Ali boxed, he bobbed and weaved. I was a big Busta Rhymes, Lost Boys fan. And they hip hop. And they dance. They
that's what we're looking for.
Their body language was just dope.
Yeah.
So we're bobbing and weaving like Muhammad.
Yeah.
And then we bring our hip hop in.
Yeah.
There you go.
There
you go. That's right. And then sway a little bit more. There we go.
See, that's the thing. I was watching him. I must have been watching some other people, right? I should have been watching you. Look, see that? You see what I'm talking about?
Look at rock and roll.
This is what we don't want that, right? This is not what we want. See, that's the issue. We'll be better next time. We'll be better next time.
That's my man, rock and roll, Ricky Pro, man. Big shouts out to Ricky.
Thank you guys for coming and watching. It was an honor sitting down with Torrey, going over some film. I can talk football all day. You ever want to do this again, you just let me know.
Let's do it, man. You know I'm around, man. So we're going to see each other. We're going to do this again. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Peace, y'all.
That was fun. How come you didn't do those bob and weaves, Kurt?
I wasn't fast enough to get down there. They were usually done by the time I got to the end zone.
Oh, man. These numbers have put Cooper Kupp squarely in an MVP conversation that very rarefied air for wide receivers, and we will see. Maybe the MVP definitely in the running, if not a shoo-in for Offensive Player of the Year. All those awards going to be announced at the NFL Honors on ABC the Thursday before the Super Bowl. Across the street in the YouTube Theater, February 10th at 9 Eastern, NFL Network. And as you can see, ESPN Plus will also be carrying it. Let's hand out some hardware right now. Kurt.
All right, let's do it.
Your MVP is that guy, huh?
Well, it is going to be that guy. And here's the thing, is I know it's a quarterback award, and if one of these quarterbacks had really separated themselves from the other one, probably give it to the quarterback. But I think Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers will kind of cancel each other out. And if my bold prediction comes right, and this guy right here breaks Michael Thomas's record for catches, he breaks Calvin Johnson's record for yards in a season, I think he's got a great chance to win the MVP, Mooch. Who you got for Defensive Player of the Year?
All right, let me tell you who I got. All right, so this guy right here. Take a look at T.J. Watt of the Pittsburgh Steelers by way of Pewaukee, Wisconsin. We pay our edge rushers to make life rough on quarterbacks. Well, he leads the league in quarterback hits at 36, but more importantly, he leads the leagues in sacks. That's what makes you all the money, sacks. And you know what, Michael Strahan, he's only one away. You had 22.5 20 years ago. He's got 21.5. If he gets 1.5 sacks this game, he will surpass your record. TJ Watt, go get it. Irv, you got some rookies.
Yeah, Coach, I get the O. Roy and the D. Roy. Now, the O. Roy is Jamar Chase. And let me tell you, it's not just the numbers he put up, because he put up over 1,400 yards, which broke Justin Jefferson's record, but it's when he did it. When they needed this win, he went 11 for 266 and 3 tutties. 3 to go in there. That's a bad man right there. He is the O. Roy. In defense, Michael Parsons, oh, that boy over there in Dallas, that dude, that's a bad dude over there with Dallas, man. He went off this year. 13 sacks for a rookie. That's 6th in the league right there. He has 30 quarterback pressures. This I ain't talking about amongst rookies. That's 3rd in the whole National Football League. 20 tackles for a loss. That's tied for 1st in the whole National Football League. That's my D. Roy, man, and that's a bad boy. Now let's go over to Cynthia.
I've got your Offensive Player of the Year, and for me, it is Jonathan Taylor. He leads in every running back metric, but the one I want to point out is his win share, which measures his value to winning football games. Without him, the Colts would not have been able to make their playoff run, and if you look at his value compared to the next closest running back, it has a huge margin, the biggest for any position. So for me, it is Jonathan Taylor. Can I have that? Can I? It's perfect. Thank you. It's perfect. Jonathan Taylor, Offensive Player of the Year.
There you go.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah, I guess Cooper's not a shoo-in. Clearly, you got yourself one of the greatest running back seasons we've seen in quite some time, that's for sure. And the Derrick Henry, by the way, he's 6th in rushing right now, believe it or not. Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, so good, we're going to put their goodness on the demo field. Kay Adams, daily fantasy players of the day, coming up too.
We love our new home. Lots of windows, great light.
But the birds. They're back.
Yes, I hear them.
Uh-oh. Why are these birds so angry?
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
I'm going.
Hurry, hurry!
I know.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
This is your living room / yoga shanty / regional office / and this is the basement / panic room. Maybe what your family needs is a vacation home / vacation home. Find yours on the Vrbo app.
This crazy suit gonna give me an edge?
Oh, yeah. Huge edge. See ya.
Invisibility gives Aaron Donald an edge on his game, just like a verified approval gives you an edge on your offer.
Who hit me?
By verifying your income, credit, and assets up front.
Has anyone seen AD? Hey, Coach. You see this? See what? It's weird.
When you need a competitive edge in the housing game, Rocket Cam.
If sweat is your body's natural way of cooling itself down, then condensation is a beer's natural way of saying, drink me. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Some of my best memories growing up were cooking with Mom. She always said, food is love. So when she moved in with us, a new kitchen became part of our financial plan. I want to make the most of every meal we have together.
At Northwestern Mutual, our version of financial planning helps you live your dreams today. Find a Northwestern Mutual advisor at nm.com. Socks are the #1 most requested item in homeless shelters. Underwear is #2. And t-shirts are #3. That's why we make incredibly comfortable socks, underwear, and t-shirts. And we donate one for every one you buy. We've donated over 50 million items so far. Comfort for you. Comfort for those in need. Comfort for all. Get 20% off your first purchase at bombas.com.
New projects means new project managers. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do.
When you sponsor a job, you immediately get your short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job criteria. Visit Indeed.com/hire and get started today.
Let me tell you about where I'm from.
Where I'm from, the digital divide makes equality nearly impossible.
When I get a job, I'll make $10,000 less than white people with the same skills.
Where I'm from, we overcome. And soon, there will be many CEOs, CFOs, and CTOs that look like me.
The NFL and PERS scholars are providing training and access to people often excluded from tech careers because of education inequality. Together, our access can be equal no matter where we're from.
There's Mark Andrews. What a terrific year for him. And the Ravens have a shot to make the playoffs despite all that's happened to this team. And odds are, if you won your fantasy year, you had Mark Andrews in your tight end slot. Fantasy year's most likely all over, with the exception of daily fantasy, and that's how we say hello to Kay Adams here on this week 18. Good to see you, Kay. Hopefully everything well in your...
Good to see you, too. Of course, yeah, lots of sick pups out there still playing daily fantasy and getting their fix. I am one of them. I've been doing some research. So let's get right to it. And let's start with Kyler Murray. Here's my first play of the day. He missed round 1 in the Arizona-Seattle matchup this year. But if Colt McCoy can have a 300-yard performance against a generous defense, so can Kyler. NFC West on the line. It's a team that knows they need some positive momentum going into playoff action. No Chase Edmonds. Connor's banged up. Murray averaging over 330 total yards a game over the last 4. Get him in your lineup. How about Buffalo? Don't look now. Do the Bills have a lead back? What? Devin Singletary is the man for Buffalo. They have a chance to win the division. They can do it at home. It's meaningful. Devin is going to help. He's averaging 20 touches a game over the last 6 weeks, 4 touchdowns in 3 games. And the Jets, your Jets, Rich, have allowed the most rushing touchdowns to running backs this year and the most fantasy points as well. All right, let's move it along to a tight end. You mentioned Mark Andrews. Now, Gronk is outside the top 12 in fantasy scoring, but I think he bounces back. Week 18 fantasy pro tip. Look at player incentives, people. Gronk needs 7 catches for 85 yards to get $1 million bonus. No Godwin, no 5-time All-Pro wide receiver to worry about taking targets. Now, he has struggled the past 2 weeks, but I would get him into your daily lineup. You just know Tommy's given him the ball at least 7 times, Rich.
All right, well, our producers had a lot of fun this year coming up with puns on your name, getting ridiculous animations built to go along with them. And since it's the final week of the regular season, they'd like to review their work a little bit. It started with Under the Kadar.
What?
Right there we go. Then there was K-Day. Hold on a minute. There's K-Day. Look out. The Halloween theme was the Addams family. Okay, we went with the last name there. Then they returned to the fun first name pun, Capehead Crusader. Caped Crusader. Okay.
That was a stretch.
Then the big Kahuna. Okay. There we go. Surfboard got involved. Thanksgiving was the Turkey. There we go, right there. I'm trying to go slow so the graphics department can keep up. Hold on a minute. Then we had K-pop. K-pop. There we go, yep. Then vacay. After vacay. Finally, there was New Year's K. So the question is, which one did you hate the most? Which one did you hate the most?
I think all of them. I think once Caped Crusader happened, I was in studio with you and I said, okay, this is officially jumped the shark. And that was late. I gave it a few weeks. I liked being on the show with you, Rich. I didn't want to talk to the producer to tell them I didn't enjoy it, but they really outdid themselves with Caped Crusader.
Okay, there you go. And kudos to our graphics department that did a great job. Embarrassing K all season long. And then, of course, I was the dad delivering these dad jokes all year long, and I'll take that hit for that one. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, Kay. There you go. It's Kay.
On the knees, Rich. All right, talk to you later.
Good Morning Football crew can be seen tomorrow. Very important day for sure, and every weekday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers is going to play today, even though the Packers have clinched that top seed.
The Packers are looking to hold down the top seed in the NFC. Touchdown, Green Bay! A late-night dagger. This is special.
No, that's how you play.
Intercepted to the house.
That's how we play defense.
He's hit and he's brought down.
Hell yeah!
The historic milestone in an iconic career.
Congrats, brother.
The Packers are the #1 seed in the NFC once again.
All right. Time to go on the field, presented by Lowe's. I have made my way out from...
Come on.
Take it away. It's kind of like the bob and weave. I'm going too slow for you guys. You get started. Go ahead.
I get it.
Start without me, Kurt.
Let's start with
Really, I'm just window dressing anyway.
And we're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams because they are playing. I mean, they're both great in their own right, but you put them together and they are playing at a completely different level. And we were just talking. They're doing things that you just aren't supposed to do. And here's a look, right? Anytime you run a fade route, if you got a solo receiver with a safety over the top, you don't throw this. It's X'd off. You're not even thinking about it. Well, not these two guys. We're going to beat the underneath guy with the throw. We're going to keep it on his back shoulder so he can't get hit by the safety. Just incredible. Okay, we got away with it once. You'll never do that again, right, Aaron? Oh, wait. Hold on a second. He's going to try to run back late to play cover 2. Man, you got 2 guys on the numbers here. It doesn't matter. We're better than you are. Let me put it away from both of these guys. We make a great play. I'll show you one more. Inside fade. We only like this against press man. Well, not if it's Davante Adams. He'll chase him down. He'll still create separation, even though the guy's playing 10 yards off. And look at this. He just runs away from him. Boom. Catches it late. Taps the feet. I mean, just unbelievable the way these two guys are playing. When you got the accuracy of an Aaron Rodgers and the skill set of Davante Adams, awesome.
And let's talk through this, Coach.
Okay,
Coach,
I'm DB.
You play DB here.
What am I doing?
What makes him so dangerous is he's a big guy with he's so quick in his feet. And he resets these guys. When he attacks that inside, he resets them, and now he has this right here. You saw Kurt just talk about throwing that ball. If he's trailing too far, he puts it over the top. If the guy's over the top of him, Kurt, sorry about that. If the guy, when he beats him here, if he knows I'm running over top, and he tries to run on top, he throws that back shoulder right there. And I want to show you one more thing that the dude is great at. When he plays the top corners like Jalen Ramsey, and they have him one-on-one all over the field. And he gets him right here. You see how quickly I got that? You see I got the hand? You see that? I catch that. And I just got caught up right there. All right, I can do that. Once I get him by and I'm running, when he throws that ball, I give no indicator. I'm not looking. Till the last second, he puts his hands up and catch the ball. Because anytime when I'm playing a great corner, any indicator, my eyes get big, I start putting my hands up, he starts reaching and grabbing. But if you don't give him any indicator, that ball will fall right by him. You catch that ball, you go in the end zone,
and I know we got to get out of here, but I love this kind of stuff. And we got to talk also about the releases of Davante Adams. Because to me, the key when you're playing man-to-man coverage is space. Right here. If the DB's 2 yards from you playing catch-up, he's got no chance to look back for the football until he gets right here. So creating that separation at the line of scrimmage for Davante Adams, to me, is the difference maker with the way he plays the game than all the other great receivers
and he'll tax you right there. Say if the DB was 1 or 2 yards off, he's not taking this running right now. He's still going to attack him, bam, right there, and then create that separation.
So good.
It's just incredible.
So good. What a great combination.
Guys,
you were good.
How brilliant was my safety play?
It was
brilliant. I mean, you mistake me for Troy Polamalu, I think.
You're still on the hash. You haven't covered much ground yet.
Was I supposed to close?
Sacred ground.
Be sure to join the Lowe's home team this season. Go to Lowe's.com/home team to learn how.
All right, Rich. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Okay, going deep. Here we go.
Bingo.
Oh, yes.
Look at those soft hands.
I'm catching everything.
Look at those soft hands.
Yes, without the flowing line.
Soft, late hands. I said late hands. That was really good.
Thursday, February 10th, the Stars are out in Los Angeles.
We got that magic!
To kick off Super Bowl 56 weekend. Celebrate the biggest season ever with host Keegan-Michael Key.
Let me hear you, come on!
Find out who will bring home the game's most prestigious awards.
Makes it look easy! The Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Keep rising. Keep changing the world.
NFL Honors, presented by Invisalign. Thursday, February 10th at 9/8 Central.
At Lowe's, you never have to be finished with your finishing touches, with aisles of ways to refresh and restyle for whatever style you're feeling and prices you're really feeling. Shop the Lowe's Bath Style and Save event now, in-store and online.
Since retirement, I've been trying a lot of new things with Frank's Red Hot. It's the perfect blend of flavor and heat, like me. And it's great on all the recipes I've mastered. I put that on everything.
Can't hold me
This is why you want Farmers Claim Forgiveness. Your home premium won't go up just because of this.
Wow, that's something.
You get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks. Get a quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Let me tell you, you want to be successful? You gotta hustle. You gotta go the extra mile. Make a name for yourself. Have a firm grip. Always dress for success, and you gotta show them who's boss.
Thanks for coming in. We'll get back to you. Hustle, sure, but for what matters. When you do, it leads to amazing.
Welcome to the next level. The all-new Lexus NX.
Find your rhythm, your happy place. Find your breaking point. Then break it. Every emergency gives you a potent blend of nutrients, so you can emerge your best with Emergency.
You want fries with that?
Introducing Wendy's new hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2-to-1 over McDonald's. Try them today, only at Wendy's.
Nice.
What?
With the Game Time app, I pay 60% less than this guy.
60%?
Game Time finds you the best last-minute deals and guarantees the lowest price. Download Game Time now. Nice shirt.
Wake up. We got breaking news here, folks.
This is an opportunity you've been waiting your whole life for. I cannot wait to see this one.
Make every morning a good morning.
We are so excited.
Yeah, boom. Good Morning Football, only on NFL Network.
Join me. Oh, this guy's going to be happy. Join me every single day on The Rich Eisen Show, noon to 3 Eastern Time, live on Peacock, Sirius XM Channel 85. John Cena will join me this week. The actor Stanley Tucci. Jim Gaffigan in studio. Eddie George will call in. Mike Florio, Pro Football Talk, with all the news in the NFL tomorrow, noon Eastern Time, and so much more. Join me every single day. I'm like Devontae Adams. I'm showing late hands. Late hands. Yeah. Not nearly enough. I was throwing too many darts at the dartboard the last couple of weeks. Kurt was leading all year long.
All year long.
Late mooch.
It's not where you start, it's where you finish.
Oh, my gosh.
Fell
look
apart
at that.
at the end.
I'm about to catch Kurt.
You had a good week
okay.
Kurt.
So the Chiefs have already won.
Catch me? I don't
The Chiefs
care.
have already won, meaning the Titans have to win today in order to get that 1 seed in Houston. The question is, will they get it?
Oh, yeah.
I'm choosing this game. I'm saying it's Tennessee. They're going to win this game, and they are the 1 seed going into the playoffs.
Tennessee means business today. They're not messing around. It's going to be a smash down over there.
Man, I got to catch up. I'm way down.
You're gonna do it?
This is not one that I'm going to try to catch up on.
Right.
I am going with the Titans as well.
I like
it. Tennessee wins this game.
Okay. We're all flaming thumbtacks right there. And the Titans win that one as well, according to Cynthia Freeland's projection. The AFC East, this is late window action. So late in the afternoon, the Jets need to beat the Bills, and the Patriots need to beat the Dolphins in order to win the AFC East. If the Bills beat the Jets, it's Buffalo's division to win. And the Patriots mark this day. Can't believe we're about to say this, but let's go Jets with a question mark. Patriots fans, you're about to learn, though, what I've known my entire life.
Whenever you need them,
you're about to be sorely disappointed. I think the Bills are going to win this game, and I think they're going to win it going away.
Ditto. Yeah, Bills. Okay. Yeah, they're serious today.
Kurt?
3 Buffaloes.
I get the Jets.
It's a stampede. It's a Buffalo stampede right here. And Cynthia Freeland says it's not a 17-point win, but it's darn close.
Only 14.
I told you that.
Darn close. Okay. We've got hour number 4 coming up right here. Big Ben's last hurrah. Unless, of course, the Steelers make the playoffs. The Ravens can also make the playoffs with that win today.
I wish I had that.
Kyler, what are you doing?
Kyler's getting an edge on his passing game with these VR training goggles.
First down. Go deep. Touchdown.
Just like Kyler Murray gets an edge on his game, you can get an edge on refinancing with low rates from the experts at Rocket Mortgage.
I'll get a broom.
When you need a competitive edge in the housing game, Rocket can.
And Doug.
Superpowers from a spider bite. I could use some help showing the world how Liberty Mutual customizes their car insurance, so they only pay for what they need. Did it work?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Spider-Man No Way Home in theaters December 17th.
If enjoyment isn't part of the process, don't trust the process.
Baby got back.
Unlimited cashback match. Only from Discover.
Running, jumping, a world of hard surfaces takes its toll. At UFOS, we wanted something that would absorb life's impact. So we invented it to add stability and speed up recovery. It's not just soft, it's UFO, only from UFOS.
What does the future of strength look like? It's dynamic weight that adjusts for you in real time for a more efficient workout. And you can only experience it on Tonal.
Monday on NFL Total Access, we'll look back at a defining final week of the regular season, and we'll look ahead to a dramatic opening round of the NFL playoffs. This is what you waited for. This is NFL Total Access, Monday at 6 Eastern.
Here comes Greg with your organic carrots. He credits sun, good soil, and a little something he just won't tell. Here comes award-winning cooking without having to get the tattoos. Here comes the sunbasket.
Hi, I'm Shannon Storms-Bador. When we started selling my health products online, our shipping process was painfully slow. Then we found ShipStation. Now we're shipping out orders 5 times faster. And thanks to ShipStation's discounted rates, we're saving a ton. Honestly, we couldn't do it without ShipStation.
Join over 100,000 online sellers who get ship done with ShipStation. Go to ShipStation.com/try and get 2 months free.
We're all here for football.
Best in the league right now.
Your team.
We got the whole city behind
Our team.
This is such an exciting time for a fan.
Every team.
Wait till you see this.
What a magnificent ending.
NFL Network. We're here for football.
Y'all know what we playing for today, man. So let's go get it, man.
Feeling good, like I should.
Cuts it back through the hole. He's on his way. Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown.
Feeling blessed, never stressed. Got that sunshine on my Sunday best.
Brady looking, cocks the arm. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady, you're terrific.
Got that sunshine on my Sunday best.
18 years of football, professional football there in Pittsburgh, PA. Does it all come to an end today in Baltimore? With a win, though, the Steelers can move on into the playoffs. Big game in the bank.
TJ Watt, yeah, my pick for Defensive Player of the Year. Pressure's on. He's got to get a sack and a half for the new record.
All right, Mooch just told us not how you start, it's how you finish. So here you go. Keep the streak going, Trevor. Knock the Colts out of the playoffs.
Yeah, right here, man. This man right here, what a year he's had. Get him out of Philly, get him a fresh start, and things are going pretty good in Indy for Carson Wentz right now.
If the Colts win in Jacksonville for the first time since 2014, they are in. There are some other ways they can get in without winning. However, if they don't win, it opens the door for a whole bunch of craziness today. It opens the door for the winner in Baltimore. If the Ravens win, they need more help than just the Sunday night football game. If the Steelers win and the Colts lose, they would be in the playoffs if there's no tie tonight. Take it away, Aditi Kinkhabwala.
Rich, Ravens defensive coordinator Wink Martindale called it a 3-game parlay. No big deal, right? Well, the rain here has picked up. The rain is expected to continue throughout the game. The feels like is about 20 degrees, and that is AFC North weather. What better way to send off Ben Roethlisberger? That, of course, is the headline today. And Roethlisberger got to the building before 9 a.m. He did his usual pregame warm-up in the bowels of the stadium. I talked to rookie tight end Pat Fryermuth. He said he definitely definitely feels a little bit more sentimental. Things seem a little more nostalgic. Roethlisberger just hopes he can get a run game out of Najee Harris like he did on Monday night. And like Mooch said, a big sack or two from TJ Watt. Guys.
All right, and that's how we kick off our final hour of this final Sunday regular season edition of NFL Game Day Morning, presented by Lowe's of 2021 regular season. Join the home team. I'm Rich Eisen, Steve Mariucci, Kurt Warner, and Michael Irvin. We are the home team. This is the perhaps last time I asked this question on NFL Network. And again, we showed you some old school footage from NFL Total Access back in February of 2004 when we as a network first met Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah, I had hair. You had a job other than this one, Steve.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Ouch, Rich. Wow. What else am I supposed to say?
Jeez, be careful. Be careful.
I love this man.
Shots.
Let me just tell you something.
Jeez.
I'm in playoff mode, all right? I don't know you guys.
It's only week 18. It's just week 18.
I'm like NBC. The playoffs are starting early.
Whoa. Dang.
Hey? I love you, Steve.
I love you too.
Okay.
Most of the time. Kurt, here's... Yeah, I did have hair.